how to create flows inside of Klaviyo using retention.com data. If you already have abandonment cart and browser abandonment, it's extremely easy thing to do. It will require sometimes, but I will do the step-by-step guide in this video. I'll show you how to do it. However, if you don't have browser abandonment and abandonment cart set up, we have others video on our YouTube channels, tutorials how you can do it inside of Klaviyo. I assume that you have abandonment cart and browser abandonment, and I'll show you how to duplicate them and set it up for retention.com reclaim product features. So let's find the browser abandonment. Browser abandonment. What we want to do, we want to clone this one, and let's put test. Under the triggers, you want to do view product, reclaim, view product, reclaim, clone a flow. So now we have a brand new flow with that correct trigger for this specific flow, which is view product reclaim. If you want to start the new flow from scratch, you can do it as well. But when you start from scratch, make sure to select that specific trigger when somebody did, and what they did, they viewed product reclaimed. So then we keep the copy. You can change the copy or keep the same copy. So it's less work for you. Just keep the same copy. However, we need to change trigger setup to add specific filters. You know what? Since Klaviyo will be releasing the new version of the flow builder, I will switch it to the new version. So in the future, when you watch it, it's more relevant to you. So I switch. Okay, perfect. So this is what we want to do. We're clicking on the flow triggers, and those are all triggers. So first thing I want to do to delete what they have, because it's not relevant. It was for another flow, the regular browser abandonment, and this is retention.com browser abandonment. So now this is what we want to do. First, when somebody has done something, so what we do, checkout started 0 times since starting this flow. Perfect. And placed order 0 times since starting this flow, and has not been in this flow in the last 7 days. This is a recommendation by retention.com. And received email 0 times in the last 7 days. And this is important. We need to exclude somebody from our regular browser abandonment. So this is what we do. We add filter, and we do flow, and we do the regular browser abandonment. So this is extremely important to add. And the last thing they recommend to do is placed order 0 times in the last 1 day. So click save. Now you have the correct trigger filters, and this is retention.com recommendation what exactly to set up. Okay, so we almost done with the browser abandonment. There's one more thing you need to do. You need to go back to the regular browser abandonment. You need to go back to your regular browser abandonment. If people in the retention browser abandonment, you don't want to start sending them the regular browser abandonment, so you need to exclude them. So how to do it? So you do add, you do what someone has done or not done. You choose person. Received email 0 times since starting this flow, and add a filter, and you pick a flow and make sure to add retention browser abandonment retention, and you click at the end save, and you are done with the browser abandonment. And next we'll talk about the abandoned cart. So for abandoned cart, let's go to Klaviyo, and again, let's do step by step how to do it. If you have abandoned cart or add to cart flow, you can just copy it and change the trigger. However, this time I would like to start from scratch. So you will have kind of two options, either just duplicate and follow me, or you can start from scratch. So starting from scratch, create from scratch, add to cart, and let's do test. Okay, perfect. So we have this. So for this flow, you need to select your generic or like typical add to cart trigger. So we do metrics, we do add to cart, which is amazing, but it's very important to add trigger filter. And here we use cart source, and it needs to equal to GE. But to be honest, like I have no clue what what this GE stands for, but anyway, you have to select GE. So we click save. We need to add flow filters, not trigger filters, but flow filters. One has somebody done, started, checkout started 0 times since starting this flow, and placed orders 0 times since starting this flow. Like some of the filters are typical for all the abandoned cart and browser abandoned, but it's extremely important for me to cover this, so that's why I'm doing those. And has not been in this flow in the last 7 days, and received emails 0 times in the last 7 days, where, and here we want to do from the other flow, add to cart, and the last thing, placed order 0 times in the last 1 day. Again, this is all recommendation of retention.com. I'm just following them. I'm showing you how you can set it up in your store or your client's store. Also, it's highly recommended by retention.com to have the minimum delay here is 30 minutes. So we add here 30 minutes. Okay, so this flow is done, but there's one more steps we need to do, is to go back to the original add to cart. Add to cart, abandoned cart, people use those terms interchangeably. So you click add to cart, click on trigger, and you add cart source is not set, because you don't want that GE to be there, because if cart source have a GE, it means it will trigger the another flow. If you have any additional questions about this training, please leave them under this video. And if you're watching this video but you didn't check all the previous one, this is a part of the course, 9-video course about retention.com and how to set it up, the best practices.